3 of the Renaissance Fashion Show. We're here to welcome German artist and author Albrecht Dürer.
Woo woo!
Albrecht Dürer was a German artist and author who lived from 1471 to 1528. Not much is known about his childhood. However, it is known that his father was a goldsmith and Albrecht learned this trade well.
Yes, I am done.
At age 15, Albrecht began studying with a painter and printmaker. This became his occupation. He also studied math and Latin. A bright and gifted student, he enjoyed classical literature. Albrecht focused on proportions of the body and painted portraits and religious art. He combined German detail with Italian perspective to create a signature style. He was also skilled at wood engravings and woodcuts along with paintings. Dürer served as the court artist for Holy Roman Empire Emperor Maximilian I. With his writing, he attempted to answer the question, what is beauty? He also wrote books on proportions, and these books are still read by artists everywhere today. Hello, and welcome to the Renaissance Fashion Show, Part 5. Welcome, Andreas Vesalius,
Woohoo!
scientist. Andreas Vesalius was a Belgian scientist. Born in Brussels in 1514, he changed medicine and anatomy as we know it. His family was mainly doctors and pharmacists. Like them, he took an interest in living things. As a child, Andreas studied stray dogs and cats. He went to universities in Belgium, France, and Italy. Later, he was a doctor for Spanish and Italian royal families. Vesalius was hardworking, curious, confident, and sometimes gloomy and distant. He is famous because he redefined anatomy. In his time, most anatomy was based on the studies of the Greek physician Galen. However, when Vesalius did some of his own research, he found that Galen had only studied animals and then applied his findings to human beings. Humans were very different, as Vesalius found. Andreas also discovered the 4 chambers of the human heart. He also wrote a book. On the Structure of the Human Body was 7 volumes long. It was the world's first medical textbook, a revolutionary achievement. Oh my God,
Hello. Today I'll be talking about Queen Isabella I. Isabella I was a queen of Spain who had a quite remarkable reign. She lived from 1451 to 1504. Isabella both unified and divided Spain. She was highly intelligent and very strong-willed. Born the daughter of the King of Castile, a king in Spain, Isabella supported scholarship and art and built schools. She also collected fine art. In 1569, she married Ferdinand of Aragon, prince of the other Spanish kingdom at the time. When Isabella became Queen of Castile and Ferdinand became King of Aragon, they ruled over a newly conjoined Spain. In this way, she united Spain. She also encouraged exploration and sponsored Christopher Columbus's journeys.
Tunisia! Away!
But Isabella also divided Spain. A devoted Catholic, she wanted Spain to be completely her religion. Any Jews or Muslims who did not convert were forced out of the country. This cost Spain many of its productive citizens. Hello. Today we'll be talking about Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I was born to King Henry VIII and Queen Anne Boleyn in 1533. Her father beheaded her mother because he thought she was too controlling. A gifted girl, Elizabeth spoke Greek, Latin, French, and Italian. She started to rule at 25 years old and continued to do so for 45 years until dying at age 70 in 1603. Her long rule is known as England's Golden Age. Known to her loyal, loving subjects as Good Queen Bess, Elizabeth I was a remarkably successful monarch. She sponsored the arts, fashion, and education. Though strong-minded, she was very devoted to her country and was willing to change unpopular politics. She never married because she said she was married to England, because she didn't want to lose her power to a controlling husband. also was a strategic mastermind, planning to help the British Navy defeat the Spanish Armada. She was a fabulous queen.
William Shakespeare. Practically everyone knows this famous poet and playwright. He was born in Stratford, Avon in England. He lived from 1514 to 1616. As for his education, he studied Latin and classical literature in grammar school, but never went to a university. Shakespeare, in his early 20s, became an actor with the London Theatre Company. Many of his plays were first presented in the Globe Theatre. Shakespeare wrote both comedies and tragedies. One of his most famous for Romeo and Juliet.
Action!
Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
Let's go commit suicide!
Good idea!
His plays show a deep understanding of human behavior and emotions. He wrote 38 plays and had a lasting influence on other writers. He is most famous for writing sonnets. Yes, he coined phrases like all's well that ends well and love is blind.
Let's welcome Miguel Cervantes. Miguel Cervantes was a Spanish man famous for his comic novel Don Quixote. Cervantes was humorous, adventurous, and courageous. He also loved to read. Not much is known about Miguel's training, but it's possible that he trained with humanist priests. At age 23, he became a soldier. He was shot twice in the chest, and his left hand became useless. He was taken captive by sea pirates.
You will die now!
He spent 5 years as a slave.
Help us from North Africa!
It's possible that during the time he spent in captivity, he was thinking of stories for his books. His comic novel, Don Quixote, was a fictional account of an elderly Spanish man who fancies the idea of being a knight. He pretends to have grand adventures with his squire, a farmer on a mule named Sancho Panza. It is considered one of the greatest books ever. King Philip III of Spain himself, when encountering a man who was reading and laughing so hard he was crying, said, "That man is either crazy or he is reading Don Quixote." Cervantes also wrote many other plays and poems.
Hello, this is the moment we know you've all been waiting for. The man of the hour, the star of the Renaissance fashion show, a true example of the Renaissance spirit, Leonardo da Vinci!
Get in the hole! Get in the hole!
We love you, Da Vinci! Leonardo da Vinci was a true Italian Renaissance person, or a jack of all trades, master of all of them anyway. He lived from 1452 to 1519. He was born in the village of Vinci, hence his name, near Florence. As a teenager, Leonardo trained under a Florentine master painter. He studied art, music, math, anatomy, botany, architecture, and engineering. He spent most of his life in Milan, working as an architect, engineer, and artist. He had a special love of animals, and thus became a vegetarian, which was unheard of at the time. A talented inventor, Leonardo, in his notebook, sketched plans for weapons, buildings, submarines, helicopters, diving suits, and other machines. He painted the Mona Lisa, his most famous work of art. She shows perspective, balance in light, and detail. She inspired other artists like Michelangelo and Donatello.